If you've never seen this anime, honestly, I'm doing you a favor if you are ever interested. It's a bit older, you can tell by its art style, but it isn't that old. Although I will say it was truly ahead of its time in the most odd way. This would thrive in today's media, but only because of all the memes you could create from this chaos. This anime was inspired by the visual novel Diabolik Lovers Haunted Dark Bridal that first came out in 2012. The most recent installment was released in 2019. My favorite part of the show is the 2D design and character design. It's stiff as hell, but I'm obsessed because it looks hand drawn and I miss that. All the 3D computer animation shit just doesn't hit the same. All these Disney characters now have bloated faces looking like a pregnant woman ready to pop. Like they need a fucking EpiPen ASAP. If you've ever seen the show, doubt it, comment who your favorite Saga Maki brother is because I only fuck with one, and I hope you understand why soon. These boys are insane. I first watched this show when I was in middle school at 12 years old, right when I started getting into anime other than Pokemon, and honestly, it feels like a fever dream. I don't know what urged me to get into the show, but damn, it has made a long lasting impression on me. This is my third time watching it. The reason I even picked up the show for a second time was because at the end of middle school, I started getting into Instagram edits, and I didn't realize there was even a second season with a whole new set of brothers. I feel like watching this show more than once is such a niche experience. I don't know, maybe she was popping back in the day, but it's a mess, truly. Might I add, I unironically listen to Grateful Dead March, the full 7-minute version, and Fanatic of Night every now and then because they are straight bangers. What, you thought they wouldn't go all out and make music too? This is anime we're talking about. Now let's get into the show. So the show starts off with a blonde girl getting in a limo pulling up to this big mansion. We soon find out her name is Yui, the most basic bitch name for the most basic cookie cut ass character I've ever seen in an anime. No personality, always antsy and frantic and needs assistance, barely speaks up for herself and commits to her stance, always stuttering. Basically, she ain't no diva. I feel like her character does not pass the Bechdel test for many reasons. Probably because I swear she's the only girl in the show, and that might not be her fault, but still. It appears to be an empty and hella dark mansion, so she walks in, like every sane person would do. Then we get a glance to one of the main brothers in the show, Ayato, laying on the couch. She goes to touch him, which girl, mind your business, personal space, but he's cold to the touch, so then she listens for his heartbeat, and he's got none. So this is the time where you freak the fuck out, because ma'am, I would. So she does, and she goes to call an ambulance or the cops or something, and then he runs and snatches that phone quick. Guess he was just taking a nap. She's shocked that he's alive, and then all of a sudden, he just starts licking her neck. What happened to hello? How are you? What's going on? He goes to bite her neck, but then he gets interrupted. So basically, the brother that interrupted him was Reggie, the classic boy who follows all the rules, has the glasses on, he knows everything, he's the smart one. You get it. Apparently, her father had sent her to live there, but Reggie acts surprised after just telling her that the spot where Ayato is about to drink her blood is for guests. Make it make sense. How did the people that lived there not know that she was coming? Is her daddy a scammer or... Ayato starts calling her Pancake, and y'all, strap in, that's just one of the cringy nicknames she gets referred to as. So bad, the show, but you just can't not watch it. While they start talking in a different room, another brother comes in, my least favorite fucking character out of the bunch, but he has my favorite character design. A shame. We really could have had something here. He was cooking in that hat. Look at him, he's fly. His name is Lido, and he's the one who never takes shit seriously and picks on Yui the most. He says, "Is there really a cute human girl here?" And my girl's just sitting there like, then he fucking teleports and another brother is behind her and they both take turns licking her. Like, what am I watching? The other brother with the purple hair and teddy bear is my second favorite because he's super sweet looking and I love a teddy bear, but he is the most batshit insane one. Like, you guys will see it. He is nuts. He does have the best song of the bunch. That's the one I was talking about earlier with Grateful Dead March from the game OST. So we stand him for that. His name is Kanato. Are you keeping up? There's a lot of them here. There's more brothers. We're only halfway done. Now Ayato's referring to himself as yours truly because he's jealous that his brothers are enjoying the way that Yui tastes, which they say she's super sweet because he saw her first. Aw, boo you whore. Now in comes my favorite character because of what happens in episode 6. This is my main man Subaru and he's the most chill one. Eventually. He's not with that rah-rah shit. And look how good he is with that soup. Like, he's hot. He's cute. I don't know. I'm kind of feeling him for real. Aw, shit, turns out he has anger issues too. Although their loud asses woke him up from a nap, and I mean, I get that, but damn, all these guys are fucked in the head. Like, you won't catch me punching a wall, that shit gotta hurt. Anyway, turns out Yui's dad, I'm assuming, did mention her to Shu, which I completely forgot about. I completely forgot about that brother. The Shu erasure is crazy. Maybe he's the most chill one, and I got a few of them mixed up. I mean, I don't know. There's truly too many of these motherfuckers. Are you keeping up? Apparently, he said we have a guest driving from the church, so treat her with respect because she's a prospective bride. That's more like a sacrifice. pause, but they can't kill her. Okay, so now they all finally introduce themselves in order from oldest to youngest, so here we go.
あそこにいるのが長男のシュウ。私が次男のレイジ。三つ子のアヤとカナと。
また味見させてください。
ライト、そして末のスバルです。
She wants to call her dad because she's like, fuck this, but then Ayato still has her phone and he won't give it back, so Shu takes her phone and then smashes it. Now we have Lido calling her little bitch as he always did. Like at 12 years old, this had me gagged. I was like, whoa, let's cool it down. She runs and falls down because, of course, main female characters in anime can never run properly for more than 10 seconds without stumbling down, which makes them all hover around her and their eyes turn dark. Ooh, girl.
Lord, I'm having a heart attack. Damn, this is some scary shit.
She finally clocked that they're vampires. Like, babe, at this point, did you not see their fangs? She holds up a cross and now we're all looking at her like, really, bitch? In this world, all that shit about garlic and sunshine and crosses are fake and they don't impact vampires at all. She actually manages to run away from them, but psych, they keep popping up as she's trying to leave and keep giving her a bunch of threats each time. Each door she tries to enter is locked and they turn the house phone off. A lock on the door breaks to her room like magically all by itself with a bunch of jewels and a bitch outside the window. She turns around and then this happens.
Big boobs. What? Child. Anyway, so...
Then the mysterious lady is gone. A picture is hanging out of a book and it's Yui as a baby with the man holding her. It's her father in his diary and this is what he wrote. Yui gives me happiness. The fact that she is not actually my child means nothing now. God damn, that's a tough blow. All the brothers appear behind her as she's reading it, and honestly, this is a dope shot. Period, director, you're A1. They drop a bomb on her that if she tries to escape, she dies. And then Ido and Lido, you already know what they do. At the same time, they go licking all up on her, and then a picture frame falls down and breaks. Shu says, my bad, I knocked it over, but I feel like he low-key was trying to help us this out. The first episode ends like this. Damn, that was a lot of drama. Episode 2. Yui wakes up in bed, she touches her neck and it feels like it wasn't bitten, major slay, except she doesn't remember changing into these clothes. Big yikes. She wants to contact her dad and then she remembers what was in that book. She still has hope when Lido says,
だって無駄だよ、ビッチちゃん。ネグリジェ姿もセクシーだね。
So, he's just chilling in her room, on her bed. He and Ido are fighting over her again, arguing who owns her. Reggie pops in being the only responsible one and tells them that they have to leave the house to go to school. School? It's late as hell out, but apparently they all go to night school. She decides not to put her uniform on and wants to go back in the room with the diary, but Ido is standing right beside her bedroom door, so she abandons that idea real quick. She got scared. She got spooked. They're in the limo, and Yui starts questioning that if they're brothers, why don't they get along and why don't they ever talk to each other? Ayado's in his Vigilant King era because he notices that she's got something on her mind, so he antagonizes his pancake again. Ew. Lord, I cannot take that nickname seriously. He gets ready to bite her, but Reggie said to keep that shit in your room, basically. He then gives her cranberry juice because it helps with weak blood. Is this true? Is this like a fun fact? Either way, he said he's not doing it out of the goodness of his heart. He's doing it because he wants to remind her that she is their prey and will be used daily.
アヤトとカナトと同じクラスですから。二人と一緒に行ってください。されたくなければ無謀な行動は取らない。
Unless she wants a what? What did he say? Instead of going to class, Ido wants Yui to cook a dish for him. And see, you would think this is real cute until we get into these later episodes. Yeah, just hold that thought. So he does clarify that no one bit her yesterday, but then he's the first one to do so. If my ears have to suffer, then yours do too. Enjoy the blood-sucking sounds, babes. Pretty soon you'll realize that nearly every time a man is alone with her, she's gonna get her blood sucked. I don't know how I clocked it before she did. She pushes him off of her, but that just makes it hurt even more. Then he goes in for some more, and this definitely feels more sexual than it should, but maybe that's the point of this entire show. It's definitely fan service. Reggie catches him doing this at school, and then he's giving disappointed father energy, despite not being the oldest sibling. We cut to Yui on a couch by the pool with Ido. He carries her and then just throws her ass in. Yeah, we would fight after that. So our good sis cannot swim. She's for real about to drown when Ido has a flashback of himself drowning, and I think that the woman we saw last episode in the window was her. And she's smiling. He rushes in to help her and then he kisses her. What? She needs air. Air, what am I supposed to ship them now? I think 12-year-old me did, but 20-year-old me knows a lot better than that. Then she lets him bite her neck underwater. See, this is why I don't like her. This is on you, girl. I don't care what happens to you after this. He throws a towel at her once they finally get out. How gentlemanly. She's walking around the house now and then walks back into the room with a diary, and the pages are blank. It's gone. All that shit was gone. This is the end of the episode. So we made it to episode 3. Episode 3 starts off at the dinner table and it is silent. Crickets in that hoe. The brothers really do not fuck with each other, and I want to know the tea, like what's good. Shu with his earbuds in gets up and walks away because of all of their noise, and that is the most relatable thing I have ever seen. I also don't like being around people while I'm listening to something. Actually, I don't like being around people at all. Then Kanato is acting like a maniac. Once again, nothing new, nothing changed, same old shit for him.
夜にしようか
She's in her room, about to take a bath, when Aido comes in wanting more blood. He then gives her a hickey like, whoa, he is such a sadist for real, because he only stops because she's about to faint. Like, excuse me? When she goes to the bath, Shu is in a tub full of water with all of his clothes on, and he's looking kind of fine, I'm not gonna lie. And look at him flirting. See, this is the way Aido needs to act. Aido needs to act more like this, and maybe I'll get into it. Then we get a random lore drop when we learn the reason they all don't get along is because some of them have different mothers. So the tea is that Reggie and Shu have the same mom. Aido, Kanado, and Lido are apparently triplets from a different mom. I literally forgot about all of that. And then Subaru has his own mom. This time when she touches Shu, he gets his own flashback from some explosion. Girl, I don't care about that. He yanks her into the tub and randomly asks to drink her blood. At least he asks, but suddenly don't like him anymore. Y'all were having a cute moment. Then he notices the hickeys and says what we're all thinking. She says she thought he was different, and then he's like, babe, I'm a vampire. So, a man's gotta do what a man's got to do. And not the dirty talk while they do it. Listen. If I had to pick a brother at this point in time, it would be Shu. He basically tells her not to reach out to him again or talk to him, even though she didn't mean to. Like, you just happened to be in the same spot. That wasn't intentional. Or she can expect the same shit to happen again with no mercy or apologies. Oof. She goes back into her room, and what do you know? Aido is on her bed like always and in her business. She tries to tell him that now isn't the best time, but when does that man ever listen to her? Until he notices that someone else just fed from her, and he can definitely tell it's Shu's fang marks. I don't know how, but he can. Like, that's a superpower. Aido's acting like a pissy baby, so he goes to find Shu and complains, so he challenges him to a game of darts. Lido joins in on the fun, and so does Reggie, and they all just appear out of nowhere, I swear, like they just teleport. Shu doesn't want to be bothered, and then Aido has a pretty sick burn, like my jaw hit the floor. Even Reggie, his full brother, called him a deadbeat, like, oh my god. That comment was it, like he had enough, so he sat up and he agreed to play, and guess what their prize is? Take a second to guess. Yui, like hello, she has no involvement in this. This is your mess, not hers. Shu has one more shot to win, and then he gets a pretty perfect score. Aido is mad, but Shu walks off. He don't give a fuck. Lido pushes Yui into Shu, and then Shu tells her again that she shouldn't mess with him because mortals are just for feeding. And then the episode just ends like that, like whoa. Okay, that's it for today's video. Next time I'm going to be reviewing episodes 3 to 6 because it just gets even crazier. Like this show is, I mean, what a time. Literally what a time. These episodes are 15 minutes long and they go through some shit every single time. That's crazy. All right, peace out. See you next time.
I don't even say bye no more. I be like, mwah, no balls.